Hey there, it's Sandy, and I'm back at the Janome Memory Craft 10,001, trying to remember how I use this thing since my Solaris is in the shop. I have the other video out there that I just did of this sewing machine that I got off of the sewing related card 103 for the Janome Memory Craft 10,001, and I figured some things out since that video. I'll just go over it with this design. This design, I think you can see on the screen, is a Scarecrow. And I pulled it from the Farm Designs card number 112. And I just used the card reader 10,000 to load that card right there. As you can see, it's popped in. Then I used the screens of the Janome to find the design and pull it in. As you can see on the screen, I sized it up 20% and I moved it a little bit. And then I did find this folder here allowed me to save it to a folder, so that if something happens this time, hopefully I can retrieve it and try again. I also found out that there isn't like a needle plus minus, but they're in that jump screen, in that jump / stitch screen, I think it's called. I can move ahead 10 stitches or back 10 stitches. So that'll help me if I get stuck and need to, if I have a broken thread or something. So we'll just get stitching on this one. Hopefully we'll have as good a luck as we did on the last one. And I'm doing these videos just to share my journey of embroidering and machine sewing and quilting and anything that I come along to that I feel like is worthy of sharing. There's so many good YouTubers in YouTube, crafting people, quilting people, machine embroidery people. I'm just a regular person that's retired, and I got my Solaris machine last year. It's been a little over a year since I had it, and it's in the shop for repair now. So I'm started off sharing the journey of that machine, but I really love machine embroidery. So when that machine's in the shop, I use this one, or I use my Baby La Casante, and they're older machines that require Microsoft XP and a laptop to upload any new designs into them. But I've figured that out pretty well now. So it does take more time. The machines are a little slower, but we'll see how this one goes, because they're still good machines. So, all right, so we're ready to, I've already resized it. I've already saved it. And if you have this machine, it's, this is the folder I used to save my design, and after I resized it and moved it. And so now I'll press OK. And it says to raise the presser foot. Why? I don't know. Probably, yeah, because the thing's going to move. It's warning me about needing a B-size hoop, which is already in there. So I guess I've figured out that that's just a warning that will come up every time. I'm going to do this trace just to make sure I've lined the fabric okay. There's no way to like baste an outline. And I think that's good. I probably could move it a little bit higher. Just a tad bit. So this is how I've been doing it, like spraying it with 505 self-adhesive spray. And I'll press that trace again to make sure it's a little better. That's better. The trace button is here. This little, looks like arrows in 4 different directions. In case you have this machine. I've got the first color in. It said to use white, but I'm using gray because this is like the jacket, I think. That's another big thing I learned is, let me get that thread trimmed, is it's really hard to tell. Well, I probably waited too long to trim it, but it's really hard to tell like what it's stitching out. Whoops, I pressed the wrong button. I'm used to my other machine. That's about where my presser foot lifter button is. Everything's just a bit more manual. And I can, there, that's better. Okay. Put my foot down and go. So let's see what it's doing. Oh, this is the bottom, like the post hole area. If there is a post hole, or it's where the broomstick goes. And it said I should have used white, but I'm using gray. Yeah, there's a lot of cute designs on here. There's a tractor. And I think that I thought it was apples in a bushel, but I think it might be tomatoes. Wind. It's not a windmill. I guess it is a little windmill. So I think it's a weather, some kind of weather vane mill. A barn. Some cows, horses, donkeys, chickens, roosters, lots of farm stuff. Yeah, we'll just see it materialize. Sometimes when I pick out colors and I'm stitching things out, I'm like, oh, that's gonna look so bad. And then by the end of it, I'm like, no, it looks pretty doggone good. I think this is his pocket, the pocket area. I guess I could have used a brown or something, but I was just going by the picture, and these pictures are so small on the screen, it's hard to tell. It says the whole thing is 22 minutes, but we're down to 17. There's the arms, the jacket arms. So this shouldn't take very long. 6 colors. I can see on the screen now how it's on the first color, and it shows you how it progresses 10 stitches at a time. I use that spray stuff, so I'm pressing it down in the back where it came up a little bit. Probably with this machine, with my other machine, the Baby Lock Solaris, I can use the spray glue and I don't notice much puckering, but with this machine, there's a little bit more. It's still good, but I can see a little bit of puckering. So I probably would use like a fusible something, or yeah, a fusible tearaway, or I don't know if I've got any of that. because I did use quite a bit of glue, but I have lifted this off of the tearaway a couple times to get it positioned right, and that probably didn't help. But like I think I said in the beginning, there's no outline stitch and there's no placement stitch easily like you could do program your newer machines with. But it still does a very nice embroidery stitch. I think there's a purpose for everything, and for this one I like to use it to create the accents on things I make. Okay, we're on the next one, and it's calling for a peach color. So we'll see. Get that loaded. Oh, gotta trim that. That's right. It does not trim the ending stitch or the jump stitches. And we'll get the peach. I can't really tell what it's sewing. It might be the face. And I forgot to get the little thread spool stand, the additional one, so I could put it on top. And that might help me save a little time with threading and watching the thread. Probably a little easier if I put the foot down. Let's see if it did it. Nope. I think I put that down. I can see better. And because the camera is like right in front, it does not help my situation. I'm like threading around the camera. And it doesn't look like it did it again, so I'm sorry. I'll try one more time. That's better. I can't see very good from this angle. And it kind of split it when it was pulling it through, so doggone it. I'm going to try cutting it. This thread seems a little thinner. I'm using old thread. Silky. Trying to use up some older thread. That's better. Did pull it through that time. So hopefully you guys could see that. I didn't knock the camera out of the way or anything. Sometimes it's fun to just watch these kinds of videos when, like, you're watching a game or something, and in between commercials or whatever. I don't know. That's all it's going to do for stitching the peach, so that's probably the face, I'm guessing. So now I'm going to put in the sunflower color. Let's see what that does. I think I have more of a yellow color, like a brighter yellow. Hopefully I picked the right one. If you got a Janome Memory Craft 10,000 or 10,001 or any older Janome, I think this originally, yeah, there was like an 8,000 and then a 9,000, and this is a 10,000. So, you know how the machine companies like to keep and creating new. I'm going to lift that and trim the thread earlier this time. There. should have my tweezers. There we go. A little hard to, sorry, it's a little hard to get in there with the camera there. Maybe I'll move it to the side a little more. I heard that noise. Hopefully it's sewing okay. Yeah, seems like it's okay. Got the hat. There. Trying to get the camera out. I just have a medium weight tearaway. I was trying that this time to see if that helps with stabilizing, because I've tried the last one or the first one, the sewing machine that I first stitched, and then I had to stop and restart. That was with one thread of tearaway in the back and the same fabric on top. The second one I used two. I didn't really notice that big of a difference. So and this one I'm trying a medium weight tearaway to see if that helps stabilize the stitch and make it, you know, appear more on the top. I didn't want to use a water-soluble stabilizer. I just figured I'm just sewing on this fabric that's kind of like a lightweight denim. I didn't need it for that. It's not like it's a knit. So that's all I'm doing with stabilizing this time. Lots of jump stitch trimming. The next color is going to be a bright blue. I only have 12 minutes left. Yeah, I think the blue is for the pants. Maybe the belt. No, the belt is yellow. Yeah, that probably could have been a darker, more burnt yellow, but I don't know if I have that color in my sulky stash. Nice job stitching. Very slow, but very precise. Done with that one. We're on to the bright blue. This is my favorite embroidery scissors. So I like that one. We only have a couple more color changes. Okay, this goes back. Okay, and then it comes down. I could be wrong, but this little hook that pulls the thread through kind of looks a little bent, but it's doing the job. There. Okay, sorry for bumping. Now we're on the blue, so we're gonna go. Yeah, that's the pants. Pretty basic. We have red and then brown, and then it's done. Ready for the next color change. Look! Oh, jeez. It just popped off the thread cap somewhere. Fell into a bag where I keep all of my rulers for quilting, and I'm sure I can find it. Here it is. Silly. It's all probably because of the way I'm positioned, just to have the camera. Okay. And that one threaded better because I moved the camera a little bit. All right, so we're ready to go on that. Gonna trim it. My baby locket, I think even my baby locket Asante, oops, will take that thread tail down in the back better. It's just having to do with the thread cutting mechanism on this older machine. It would be fun to do a challenge, like pick an embroidery design and do it on this machine versus the baby lock Asante, just to see what the difference is. I know I have to trim some jump threads on the baby lock Asante, but not, I don't remember trimming as many. I might just bring that out too. Do a little challenge in that way too, if I have time. Because I do think I'm going to try looking at that machine to find a design for machine embroidery on some towels, my first towels, versus this one, and see which one I like better. Okay, this is done with the red. I'm going to lift the foot, trim the thread. Once you get it down, it goes faster. Now it's looking for a dark brown. And okay, there's the brown. I like to pull this out to get it past that snagged area. Okay. The outline is always the trick test for the design. It can also, to me, be a true test of how well I stabilized. 6 minutes of outline. So this is going to make it come to life. hard on this older machine. Well, a lot of us still have our older machines, I think. Doing a good job of outlining. It's like a little satin stitch. Yeah, I actually took out two colors when I was gonna stitch this out, and I used the one that was more yellowy, got like a golden yellow, and I probably should have used the other one I brought out, which is more of a tannish. 4 minutes. I think this is all the experimenting I'll do on this machine today. I need to find that design for the towel. Probably bring out my baby Lacasante next. I think I stabilized it okay because the outline is lining up okay. Could have even been a darker brown, but if I do it again, I'll make a note. This is probably just going to be a sample that I'll transform into a tag for my bag, my embroidery bag. There's so many designs that I, could get from embroidery library online, or those really great embroidery design sites, designed by Juju or Urban Threads. Has great ones. But I like to break out these old machines and use them. I don't believe in using what we have too as much as we can. So many designs I've used in these machines, but there's still so many I haven't used. Like this one. So this machine is cool because it's not your typical, where the unit is over here. Let's see if I can show you. Well, I don't think I'm going to be able to get into the back, but in the back there's a knob. You can see it like right behind there, that black knob, and it hooks into an arm that extends from this machine. And what's cool about it is, well, you still have to make sure there's room in the front and the back, but it takes up less room. And it also, my sister also gave me this, which is kind of like a free arm. Having a free arm embroidery unit. Janome, my friend at the sewing source, she's the one who sold me my Baby Lock Solaris. Great machine, great um, sewing center. But she was saying Janome is always the one that comes out with things first. And this is wonderful because I can pop this in there like this. Well, actually, it probably goes like this. And I can put a baby t-shirt in there and stitch it out. Easier than if I were to use a big hoop like this or bigger, because the hoops don't get that small for, I think I have a 2x2 by, wait, it might be bigger, but I think I have one for baby lock. But it's not a free arm like this. So I'm excited, not anxious, to try that hoop out on a baby t-shirt design. The first thing I thought about was, can I find a design that is small enough to fit in that hoop? So I'll be doing something on that at some point. If you're interested in seeing that, let me know. If you like what I'm doing on this channel, I'm trimming the jump threads. So there's the design. I'll have to get my tweezers for that one. There's one that I need to pull out of there, and there's one there. Let's see here. It's hard to do it. And okay. Yeah, I've got one here. And there's one here. I have to make sure I do not. I might just wait to do those. The one here I probably could do. It's right on the top. But you get the idea. I won't do any more. I got get my tweezers. And I think I did a good job. I think I'll put this on my, get it framed out, backed up, top stitched, and add it to my collection of things that I might use to tags that are similar. I do card making too. We make tags for cards. So this is similar. I'll just box it off and create a short loop, and I'll put a backing on it and then use it for something. Don't know what yet. So like what I'm doing, give the video a like, share, make a comment. I hope you're having a great day. Let me know what you're doing out there. Thank you.